Здравствуйте. В прошлом видео я выполнил квест «Перепить Сэма Гевина» и очутился вот в этом месте, в храме Дибеллы в Маркарте. Сэм исчез вместе с обещанным мне посохом. Понятия не имею, как мне сюда занесло, но жрица сказала, что разгром в храме — это моих рук дело. Возможно, жрица расскажет мне, что случилось с Сэмом и посохом, если я найду тут порядок. Надо навести порядок. Получается. Тут какой порядок-то? Все вроде здесь в порядке. Тут и бутылки, что ли, может быть? С великана. Святилище Дибеллы. Добавлю на благословение Дибеллы. Повышение искусства убеждать. Более 10%. Здесь как раз на речь. Так, он еще какая-то бутылка валяется.
Welcome.
Вроде все. А он еще что валяется? А нет.
Welcome.
Джолин.
Well, hello there. It isn't often that I'm allowed to lay my eyes upon such a handsome
О да, я такой.
specimen. Well, the temple isn't taking on new students. Perhaps you wish to rendezvous at the inn for a more personal lesson.
Конечно, а какой это будет урок? Мне брать с собой бумагу и перо?
Not for this lesson, my eager disciple. When you're under my instruction, you will achieve a satisfaction that kindles fires greater than any addiction and burns deeper than any regret. And you will scream my name in the throes of passion and mumble it in your sleep. That name is Jolin, priestess of Dibella.
Есть какие-нибудь интересные слухи или новости?
Mother Hamal is a master enchanter. In fact, there is a rumor that she prefers her men clothed and on the enchanting table for this very reason. At the very moment they're sapped of their vitality, she enchants their tunic, fortifying their stamina. She continues to enchant every necklace, ring, and circlet on their person, until she feels herself properly enchanted. A young dark elf was in here the other day, but Cena turned him away. Oh, the things I would have done to that boy. The ardor with which the miners pray to Dibella is quite amusing. Men will pray to a goblin if they thought it would earn my favor. I understand Balthala was quite a vixen in her day. The zeal which men pursued her was legendary. I've heard that in the heat of coitus, depraving your partner of air can increase sensation and pleasure. I've talked to the sisters about developing similar techniques based on the use of paralysis spells, but none of us are well versed in alteration.
Расскажи мне о Дибелле.
The goddess of beauty and love, and the best the divines have to offer. For what is more sacred and more honest than the love of beauty?
Мне казалось, Мара богиня любви.
Mara is the mother goddess. It's a different thing to love one's mother than to love one's wife. When couples marry, they seek the blessing of Mara, so that familial love will blossom from the seed of their romance. Yet, make no mistake, it is Dibella who brought them together, and Dibella who will make their family whole. Although, not all here will share my opinion. Some believe we should focus on art and beauty, and sever all ties with the concept of love.
Как ты стала жрицей?
The same way a fighter becomes a soldier, or a plant lover becomes an alchemist. The desire boiled within me before I flowered. But I was no fool. Men do not respect those who tarnish their bodies for pleasure or coin.
Другими словами, ты не хотела становиться проституткой.
Thankfully, there was a woman in my town who practiced the Dibellan arts. One who attached legitimacy to what I believed were primal instincts. After all, Dibella is also the goddess of artistry, beauty, and love. And while none of these things fell into my range of expertise, to simply wear the robe is to own those attributes by proxy. Mother Hamal, of course, saw right through my ruse, but I was able to persuade her that my talent in the erotic arts justified my entry into her service.
А что насчет твоей семьи? Они тебя не одобрили?
My father was not a traditional man, and while part of him wanted grandchildren, he shelved his desires because he understood my needs. Of course, this didn't stop him from the occasional jest at my expense, or the mention of an available suitor. He was still my father, after all. Before I was to journey to Markarth, he made one last attempt to dissuade me, by offering the hand of a noble he had befriended as bait.
Я так понимаю, ты ему отказала.
Not immediately. It isn't every day someone is offering the hand of a wealthy noble. It certainly piqued my interest. That is, until my father made the mistake of describing him. Suddenly, the boy's reason for courting one such as myself was clear. My father told me the boy was smart, wealthy, and good with the sword. He said he was well-spoken, courteous, and refined.
Так в чем проблема?
It's no different when Kiera boasts about the frame of her pendants. When the jewel is set in the center, it is a worthless stone. Some will tell you everything that's wonderful about what they're selling, except that one thing you want to know. The boy was not handsome. Well, he might have been, if not for that elbow he called a nose.
Насколько различаются мнения жриц?
Well, many of the sisters interpret love and beauty differently than I. To some, there is beauty to be found in all things. They see a withering mountain flower and find it as beautiful as a lavender in full bloom. They point to how decay represents the impermanence of life, and how that is both artful and beautiful. This logic is fundamentally backwards.
Как так?
A short life does not mean we should dwell on death, nor should the ephemeral nature of beauty mean we should focus on decay. But if they insist on finding ugly things beautiful, I suppose it will just mean more well-built specimens will spend their nights in my chamber. The other sisters will just have to find beauty in my leftovers, or beggars like Dagain. I'd love to hear Orla explain what exactly is so beautiful about him.
Твои споры с сестрами тебя подогревают?
I do find that a good argument does lead to nights of intense passion, but mostly behind closed doors, unfortunately. Although the problems tend to still be there in the morning. I do wish my sisters would be more honest with their interpretations of beauty.
Что значит честнее?
Some of them feel a moral obligation to find beauty in all things. But that is a contradiction. If all things are beautiful, then nothing is beautiful. But if they insist, I will take my books and wenches, melodic bards and chiseled warriors, and they can have the beggars like Dagain.
Ты разве не должна воздавать молитвы своей богине?
Mother Amal and the other sisters are more than capable of finding the runt who will be our next Sibyl. Although it seems to me we need not a Sibyl to guide us along the path of passion. We need only listen to our bodies. For it's the moistness of our mouths, the throbbing of our hearts, and the warmth of our loins that Dibella truly speaks to us. You can guess for yourself which part I listen to the most.
Блин, даже не знаю, что я сказать-то, блин. Свое сердце не тогда, когда оно трепещет, а когда замирает.
But my heart is never stilled, and my mouth is never dry, and my loins never cold. That is Dibella's gift to me, that I may grant others satisfaction, while I myself am never satisfied.
Ты... бля. Сука. Что интересно он скажет? Выходи за меня.
Now, don't be selfish. My body may belong to everyone, but my heart belongs to no one.
Ну и ладно, я все равно шучу.
But you hoped I was. Then you haven't been listening to a word I've said. Goodbye.
Talk to me again when you've cleaned up your mess.
Блин, а сколько еще он должен убираться здесь? Был ли со мной человек по имени Сэм?
Dibella teaches love and compassion, but that doesn't mean we're just going to tell you what you want to know and let you walk away from this. Pick up your mess, then apologize. And if we think you're sincere, we'll consider lending you aid.
Да блин, что тут еще убирать-то? Напомни, что со мной было, и я заплачу за ущерб.
Well, we can always use contributions.
А, да в твоем пьяном бормотании попробуй разбери хоть слово. Что-то там было про Рорикстед. Может, тебе туда надо?
По-русски заговорила. Так, расспросить в Рорикстеде о Сэме и посохе.
The Temple of Dibella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion.
Опять по-английски говорила.
Need something?
Кто такая Дибелла? Это ее храм?
A heathen. Lovely. Oh, don't put on that angry look. I'm just teasing you. Dibella is the divine of beauty. She is a patron deity to artists and bards and those who seek life's simple pleasures. The temple offers her blessings to pilgrims, and instruction in enjoying all life has to offer.
А меня научишь наслаждаться дарами жизни?
Well, you are lovely to look at, and there's so many things I could teach you, but I'm afraid the temple isn't taking in new students.
Почему храм закрыт?
The sisters are communing with Dibella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time. Yes? Dibella's blessing.
Все, теперь нам нужно идти в Рорикстед. Рорикстед. О нет, это какое-то внутреннее святилище, нам не туда. Так. Так. Да, нам туда.
Our hero